everyone. My name is Mrs. Kamthana Rupali Bhimashankar. I'm M.Pharm in Pharmaceutics and working as a senior lecturer at ASPM's D Pharmacy Institute, Osmanabad. Today, I'm going to give my presentation on the topic enzyme specificity. Learning outcomes. Here, the learners will be able to explain mechanism of enzymatic reactions, discuss details of active site of enzymes, and then classify enzyme specificity. Enzymes, these are the biocatalysts which are protein in nature. These enzymes, these are highly specific in their catalytic activity, and here enzymes acquire this specificity due to the active site. Here active site, it is the portion of an enzyme to which substrate binds and forms product. So here basic enzymatic reaction takes place, like here enzyme, it reacts with substrate and it will form an enzyme substrate complex. This enzyme substrate complex, it will then dissociate and it will give us the product, and then free enzyme, it will be released. So released free enzyme, it will again participate in similar kind of reaction. Now here we are saying that these enzymes, they possess specificity. They are very much specific in their catalytic action. Here they are specific in their catalytic action. It means that they will catalyze only one type of reaction, and that to be also of one substrate only. Many enzymes are there which will act only on one substrate, and they will not even act on other closely related substrate molecules. So here this enzyme specificity, it is mainly of three types, that is substrate specificity, reaction specificity, and optical specificity. Here substrate specificity, it is again further classified as absolute substrate specificity and then broad substrate specificity. So here we will come to a reflection spot. As a learner, you may have question like why enzymes react differently. Some of the enzymes, they possess absolute specificity, whereas some other enzymes, they possess broad specificity. So here take a notebook and pen down your answers why enzymes react specifically. Now here I am going to explain each type of specificity one by one. So here first one is substrate specificity. So here substrate specificity means that these enzymes, they will be specific for given substrate molecule. They will be catalyzing either only one type of reaction of one substrate, or they will be catalyzing the one type of reaction of given group of substrates. So here substrate specificity, it is of two types, that is absolute specificity and the broad specificity. So let us discuss absolute specificity. Here when the given enzyme, it acts only on one substrate and catalyzes its only one type of reaction, then that particular enzyme, it is said to possess the absolute specificity. Here I will give one example. So here enzyme urease, it is specific only for urea. That is urea, it is the only substrate for the urease. So this urease, it acts on urea and converts it into ammonia and then carbon dioxide. So this absolute specificity, it can be explained by one model which is known as Log-Key model. Here as per this Log-Key model, shape of active site of an enzyme, it is rigid and it is complementary to the shape of substrate molecule. What I am saying, the shape of active site of an enzyme, it is rigid, it is fixed, and it is complementary with the shape of the substrate molecule. So here the substrate molecule, it fits into the active site of an enzyme just as key fits into a lock, and then it will give us the enzyme substrate complex, which will then dissociate to give us the product. So this lock key model, it will justify the absolute specificity of given enzyme. Now the next we will discuss broad specificity. Now here, if given enzyme acts on closely related substrates and catalyzes same type of reaction of those substrates, then it is known to possess the broad specificity. So here all these substrates, they may belong to the same class or they may contain the similar groups. For example, hexokinase. So this hexokinase, it catalyzes the phosphorylation reaction of hexoses. So here this hexose, it may be a glucose, it may be a fructose, or it may be a mannose. So here this hexokinase, it will act on all these hexoses and it will catalyze their phosphorylation reaction. So we will say that hexokinase, it possesses broad specificity. I will give one similar kind of example, but this particular enzyme, it possesses the absolute specificity, that is the glucokinase. So here glucokinase, it will also catalyze the phosphorylation reaction of the glucose, but this glucokinase, it acts only on the glucose and it will not act on any other hexoses. So here we will say that glucokinase, it possesses the absolute specificity, whereas hexokinase, it possesses the broad specificity. So this broad specificity, it is explained by another model, and this model, it is known as the induced fit model. So this induced fit model, it suggests that the active site of an enzyme, it is flexible to certain extent. As per this model, the shape of active site and the shape of substrate molecule, these are not complementary with each other. But here, as the shape of the active site of an enzyme, it is flexible one, here substrate molecule, it induces the change in the shape of the active site and then it fits into the active site of an enzyme to give us the enzyme substrate complex, which will then dissociate and gives us the product. So whatever I have explained, it is shown in these two diagrams. Here first one, it is the lock and key model, and second one, it is the induced fit model. So here lock and key model, it supports the absolute specificity of an enzyme, whereas induced fit model, it supports the broad specificity of an enzyme. So here, as shown in these diagrams, in first case, shape of the substrate molecule and then shape of the active site of an enzyme, these are complementary with each other, and so the substrate feeds into the active site of an enzyme just as key feeds into its lock. Whereas in case of induced fit model, you can see the shape of the active site of an enzyme, it is not complementary to the shape of the substrate molecule. So here this substrate molecule, it induces change in the shape of the active site of an enzyme to some extent so that it will fit into it. So this is the induced fit model, which will support the broad specificity of given enzyme. Okay, we have already discussed what is the substrate specificity. Now the next category, it is the reaction specificity of an enzyme. So here enzyme, it will catalyze specific type of reaction of the specific substrate and it is known to bear reaction specificity. For example, transaminase, it catalyzes the transamination reaction of amino acids. That means transaminase, it will carry out only transfer of amino group type of reaction, and that too of the amino acids. Similarly, decarboxylase, it is required for the decarboxylation reaction of amino acids. That means here substrate is same, but for different types of the reactions, substrate will be requiring the different types of the enzymes. So this specificity, it is known as the reaction specificity. And now the next one, it is the optical specificity. So here enzymes, they possess absolute optical specificity. They will act only on one type of the isomer. For example, L-amino acid oxidase, it acts only on the L-amino acids and not the D-amino acids. Similarly, glucokinase, it acts only on D-glucose and not L-glucose. Amylase, it will act only on alpha glycosidic linkages. It cannot break beta glycosidic linkages. So such type of specificity, it is known as the optical specificity. So with this, I consider that every one of you have understood what is meant by enzyme specificity. Thank you.